Hey guys, it's Bree and welcome to my channel, Just Breezy. If you're new here, I'd love for you to consider subscribing. Just be sure you hit that bell for notifications because I don't want you to miss a thing. We upload weekly content to share resources, help spread awareness, and tell some of life's stories because like we say, life isn't always just breezy, but together it can be a little easier. So for those of you who might be new here, last month I created a couple of videos to discuss my struggles with anxiety and my fears of possibly using medication to help me sort of get a handle of it. And then I did an update on, okay, I decided to use medication, Lexapro, and this was sort of how I was feeling after 2 weeks. So this video here is not the, 1 month after Lexapro, where are they now? It's more of just an update of where I'm at with anxiety and how I am gaining more control over it because, guys, it is something that affects so many people. And I truly believe that sharing this will help at least one person. So just to rewind a little bit, like I said, December, I decided to talk to my doctor about the struggles I was having with anxiety. I've had anxiety for most of my life. I don't remember not having it. And I decided that because I was so fearful of medication, I really needed to figure out what was going to motivate me enough to talk to the doctor about it. At least just have a conversation to educate myself and to know what my options were. And really what it came down to was that my fear of how my anxiety was affecting my children, my husband, and me, my quality of life, that fear was so much more. It was so bigger. It was so much more than my fear of just having a conversation about medication. So when I did, and I decided that that was the right step for me, like I had said in previous videos, it really allowed me to sort of bring my anxiety from here to here and have more space in my head to just sort of like work with things and use coping skills to kind of help with stressors. Because here's the thing. When we take medication for anxiety, it doesn't make the stressors in your life go away. The idea is that it makes you more open and more calm and more available to deal with those stressors. So it really can't stop with medication. It can't, because there are things that go on in your life that you still need to learn how to address. One thing I wanted to touch on is a term called intrusive thoughts. Now, I have to tell you, I had no idea up until recently, up until like last year, that my intrusive thoughts were actually part of anxiety. I thought my anxiety was just the tightening of my throat, the sort of physical symptoms I would have, my reactions to things, and I thought my intrusive thoughts, which I didn't even know was a term for them, I thought that was something separate. I thought it was my own little cup of bat crap crazy that I needed to keep in a box, lock up, and never speak of to anyone. Because in my mind, I thought that the way I thought about things on a daily basis was truly me slowly going crazy. I truly thought that. Now, if you're somebody who doesn't experience intrusive thoughts, I want you for a moment to imagine that on a daily basis, not one day would go by, but on a daily basis, that when you drop your children off to school, your immediate thought is, today's the day, it's gonna be another mass shooting. Good times, right? Good times to live in that space. I want you to imagine that every time you get in a car, whether you were the driver or a passenger, today's the day. You are sure as the sky is blue that today is the day that's going to be a devastating crash that wipes out your entire family and devastates other people. That anytime you leave your house, today was going to be the day that your neighbor was going to call you to tell you that your dog that you love so much couldn't get out of the fire that just consumed your home. Guys, I'm like, again, there's a little bit of embarrassment saying this out loud, but those are the thoughts that would consume my mind on a daily basis. And not just once, like throughout the day. Again, to the point where I would think to myself, there's no way that I can ever share this with anyone because there's no way that anybody else thinks like this. And then one day, I came across a YouTuber named Tiffany Jenkins. For those of you who don't know her, look her up. She's a great story. She's a great sense of humor. She uses her experiences in life to help others. And I came across a video she made about her own anxiety. And in that video, she started to talk about her intrusive thoughts. And I started to cry. Now, that is not a difficult thing for me to do. I cry a lot. But I started to cry because I was like, holy crap, somebody else has that little box of crazy. But wait, she's saying it's part of her anxiety. And the more I started to research it, intrusive thoughts and anxiety, the more and more resources and videos and articles and research on it was there. And it made me feel so validated. It made me feel such a sense of relief, because then I knew, well, if it's part of anxiety, there's a way that I can conquer this. Now, I will tell you that I believe, and I could be wrong, but I believe that anxiety will always be a part of my life. Even a little bit. Like, I just feel like it's going to hang out just a little bit, but it's no longer this like gray cloud that follows me. It's no longer this weight that I mean, it was a weight that I would feel, or that shoe you're waiting to drop. Now when anxiety comes up, I really can look at it and be like, I own you, bitch. Like, I'm sorry, but that's how I feel. Like, don't even play with mama today, because I own you. I know what's going on here, and I know how to kind of bring you down a bit. Where in the past, anxiety would own every fiber of my being, and I would give into it because I didn't know what else to do. So this video, again, isn't a push that everyone with anxiety needs to be medicated. This is a push to let people with anxiety know that you're not alone, that you're not crazy, that there are solutions out there for you, whether it is medication, whether it is finding something that you're passionate about, whether it's finding a support system. This is also for people who may not have anxiety and may not understand the gravity and the, oh God, the effect that intrusive thoughts can have. I mean, it is exhausting, and it can be all-consuming. It truly can. So if you're in a relationship with somebody that struggles with this, it's just a way to have a little bit of understanding for what they're going through. Because guys, I can tell you, on a daily basis, those intrusive thoughts will still like pop up a little, like a little whack-a-mole game, and now I just like bang them on down. And for me, anxiety, it's still work every day, right? Like, if you want something bad enough, or you want to get rid of something bad enough, there's work involved. But the thing is, it's not a struggle anymore. And that's what it was. I was struggling my entire life. I was drowning in it at times. And I don't feel that way anymore. It's work, and that's okay. Give me work. Give me it. I got it. But I'm not struggling, and you don't have to either. So guys, as always, as I always say, I love you. I love you for the support, the comments, the sharing of videos, the, hey, Bree, this was great. It really spoke to my heart, because it makes me just realize how important it is to share resources and stories and be open and transparent and genuine. So feel free to comment and share the video, and we will chat again soon.